Hey guys. So, sorry, I have the window open and people are outside and it's really loud. Um, so I've been back from Atlanta now for about 3 days and I've just been so tired. So a video did not go up yesterday. I'm so sorry. This is the Thursday video and I hope that I can have the Saturday video done, finished editing by tonight. But I have been so completely exhausted. But I got up this morning. I've been getting up every morning, walking. Today I took the dogs with me for my 3-mile walk. I'm trying to work my way back to where I was at one point. Well, not quite where I was at one point, because you guys may or may not know, but I used to run marathons. And, on any given day, I was running 6 to 7 miles. On the weekends, I would do, 10 to 15. I'm not trying to get back there, but I am trying to be consistent with about 3 to 4 miles a day. I'm trying to concentrate better on my health because these shows over the last 6 months that I've been doing, my health has really deteriorated. And my cholesterol is up. And my blood pressure is okay, but the cholesterol, hence why I'm doing blueberries, strawberries, apples, bananas, avocado, oats, oatmeal, every day. Every day I am having a smoothie and I'm eating better. I bought sweet potatoes the other day. So I'll be eating those and yeah, all the good stuff. I got to get back on track. Yeah, I didn't pivot very well to working on the shows, and I didn't have I guess I just didn't have the creativity flow that I had hoped that I would have, and that was really affecting me. And so I would get up in the morning and try to sew. I don't know, it just wasn't working out really great, but I'm back on track. I'm getting back on track. And that's why the videos and even the posts on Instagram have slowed down, because I just needed a break. So today you're going to get a video from right before I left to go to Atlanta. I created this white denim skirt and a floral bustier because I wanted to wear that on the runway at the fashion show, and I did, and I love the way it turned out. Now the skirt is very similar to the skirt that I made last year. It was patterned after the Awake Mode skirt, but this time I gave it a little more flair because when I walked, I wanted it to move a little more. So I'm not gonna go into great detail about how I put the skirt together, but I will put a little tag so that you guys can go back and follow that video because it's basically the same construction. This is the first time I'm using white denim. I have not used white denim in any projects, but I love it. And I'm so glad I got a lot of it because I love this white denim. White denim is tricky though, because not all whites are white, and I struggled. I really struggled. And then the bustier was made from just a piece of fabric that I picked up from, I think it was Share House. They're the company, one of the organizations rather, here in Chicago that gives away fabric to teachers and designers. And they give away this fabric that has been given to them from companies that are trying to keep fabrics out of the landfill. And sometimes they have such beautiful pieces, but sometimes you only find one large piece and that's it. So you can only really use it as an accent. But I had just enough to make this bustier. Now this bustier pattern I learned how to make from a creator online, and I will oh gosh, I hope I can find her information because it's so old, but I'll see if I can find it. And I will link it below. Otherwise, you can just Google how to create a bustier without a pattern. And that I use that. And so I love the way this bustier fits. And I put a zipper in it. And I don't know if you are going to see that in the video or not. I can't remember if I recorded the zipper, but I just I didn't do an invisible zipper, it's just a regular sewn in zipper. And I did put a zipper in that tie corset, the one that I posted last week. So a lot of you all were asking, how do you close it? How do you close it? With a zipper. And maybe at the end of this video, oh no, I can't show you because I have a photo shoot in the morning with my models, because I don't know if you guys know, but my photos from the fashion show that I did in Chicago at the DuSable, none of them came out. So I had to reschedule all of my models to come back and put on the clothes so that we could retake the photos. So we're doing that tomorrow. So anyway, with that bustier top with the ties, I let the zipper stay long, and after I zipped it up on me, I took the tail of the zipper and just tucked it in my jeans. Because the corset was tapered, you can't just stop the zipper at the waist. So that's a little interesting thing that I had to do on that particular piece. I'm sure I could have done it differently. I could have just attached it to the ties, and I'll show you guys in a later video, but I don't have it with me right now because it's at the studio where we're gonna do the photo shoot tomorrow. So anyway, I'm not going to talk your head off here. I want to get into this upcycle so that you can see how this came together. I thought it was really cute. I'm going to give you just a little sneak peek of what was going on backstage at the fashion show in Atlanta, which, by the way, they've asked me to come back for Atlanta Fashion Week and Atlanta Sustainable Fashion Week, which are kind of happening at the same time. Atlanta Sustainable Fashion Week has asked me to come and do a workshop, so I'm really excited about that. And Atlanta Fashion Week, the fashion show is going to be at City Hall in the Rotunda, so I can't wait. I'm really excited. So that's really going to be good. All right, you guys, let's get into this upcycle. And this upcycle in this video is more about inspiration than it is about instruction. So as you see me making the bustier, you would make any bustier the same way. You know, any bustier that doesn't have like the cups made into it, this is the same bustier, the same pattern that you would use, not same pattern, but the same process. So I didn't want to really get into it detail, but just kind of showing you what goes on up underneath. If you're making a bustier, you're definitely going to need boning, and you'll hear me talk about that in the video. Other than that, that's about it. I'm working on getting you guys at least 3 more thrift and thrift haul videos. I've been really good about doing my thrifting and doing the haul like right after. So I just fell behind when it came to, you know, editing videos and putting them where they needed to be. So that's another story in and of itself. So you guys, I hope you enjoy. And again, I apologize for the lateness of this video, but we're gonna get back on track over this summer, and I'm gonna be popping out videos for you guys left and right. So all right, you guys, enjoy. And please be sure to subscribe if this is your first time tuning into my channel. Please give me a like when you're watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe, because it allows you to just connect with others, and it will allow you to get all of these great ideas and inspiration for upcycling, and allow you to learn some sewing processes. So tips, techniques, all of that good stuff. All right, you guys, make sure you have something healthy today. I am. And I'm also going to get a nap because I'm still very tired from last weekend. Cheers. See you later. Okay. So I am dressed and ready. The first set of models are getting ready to go out. I'm going to go shoot my look. This is the outfit that I made a couple nights ago, actually, yes, a couple nights ago. I finished it right before I was getting ready to pack for the show. The top is created from dead stock fabric, and the jeans, the skirt is upcycled. So I'm getting ready to have Tammy take some pictures of me. She doesn't know it yet, but she's about to. All right, you guys, let's get started with this upcycle. Now, I started with this basic pair of white jeans. They didn't have any particular fit. They might have been like a size 10 or 12, maybe something like that, but not especially oversized, maybe like 2 sizes up. And there is Jinx. So I knew that I wanted to invert the jeans. So I knew that when I put this skirt on, I wanted the pockets and the zipper and the waistband to all be down by my ankles. That's pretty much all I had in mind. And I knew that I didn't want it to be so long that it was dragging the ground, but I didn't want it to be too short either. So I had to kind of figure out where was I going to cut it, because the waistband was going to be where the legs are and the bottom was going to be where the waistband is. So I ended up going in at maybe around 8 inches from the cuff cutting down, but I didn't want to do that first. I was like, you know what, let me just separate everything. Let me divide these jeans up into like quarters, 4 pieces, so that I could figure out how are they going to get put together. Would I be able to alternate them? Would they have to be side by side? Like, would the front pieces have to be in the front? Could the side be at the side? And I wouldn't know any of that if I didn't take it apart first. So my suggestion when you are thinking about using jeans to create anything with is to just separate the jeans into 4 parts. Now that could mean taking off the waistband and then separating, or leaving the waistband on and separating. It all really depends on the style that you're going for. I've done them both ways. I have used the waistband of jeans in my videos that I then tossed. I've also used them in like sleeves and different things like that. So there's so much you can do. All right, so I cut up the side and I stopped at the waistband because I wasn't sure if I wanted to cut it or not. And then I decided to go in where the zipper is and use my seam ripper to separate the right from the left half. And again, I just didn't want to go in and completely cut it. I did want to leave a little bit of the zipper in there, and this was the way that I was able to do it, by just seam ripping around that particular area. Once I got enough of it separated, I went in with my scissors and started to clip really close to the seam. And the more I clipped, the more it began to come apart. And eventually I was able to get to the flat fell seam that's right there in the crotch, and I just cut along that. All right, as I'm moving through the crotch with my scissors, I'm staying along the flat fell seam, and I'm cutting up to the back waistband. Now, I still haven't cut the waistband yet, and I'm not really sure what I was waiting for. I think I just wanted to see it laid out and think it through before I started cutting anything that I wasn't absolutely sure about. So I'm laying these pants legs out, and I'm realizing these are not straight legs. They're not bells. They're not wide legs. They're a curvy jean. I went on ahead and I cut the waistband, and let me explain why I cut the waistband. With some fabrics, if they are extremely light, when you wear them, they might tend to move around more than what you want. With denim, it's the same thing. Even though denim is a heavy fabric, it's pretty sturdy. Sometimes it too can roll up or fly out or not stay down. And my concern with this skirt was that the bottom of the skirt would do that. And I really wanted the skirt to just be very solid at the bottom. So I went on ahead and I left the waistband attached to the panel because I knew that was going to give each one of these panels a little extra weight. So, all right, so now I'm just pinning everything in place so that we can get started and figure out exactly where we're going to put the top part of the jeans from another pair of jeans. And I'll tell you, it was not easy finding a match for this white denim. White denim is really tricky. And I definitely struggled with this piece. The bottom line when trying to figure out where to cut off this type of skirt is really going to depend on your hip size and the width of the pair or the jeans that you're using to connect. So these jeans, they're from a project that I was working on, and I just needed to cut the legs off, and the top of it happened to fit me. It was slightly too big, but I knew it was going to stretch. So I'm sorry, it was slightly too small, but I knew it was going to stretch, so I didn't worry about it. And I kept trying to adjust where I was going to. Sorry, there's so much noise outside, you guys. But I was trying to figure out where to adjust and where to cut. And I finally just decided that I would go ahead and cut it where I felt most comfortable, where it measured out correctly. And it actually worked out really good. All right, so for the bustier, we just have this piece of dead stock fabric that I thought was so beautiful. I love the colors. I love the flowers. I used a pattern that I made a bustier pattern from that fit me, and it doesn't have a whole lot of pieces. So this is what I'm working with, 2 of each. I did 2 denim, 2 of the floral, and yeah, so on the inside it's all white. And I could actually make it reversible if I wanted to, but I had no time for that. The show, at this point, I'm leaving for the show the next day. I did this the day before I got on the flight. All right, so here you see me just going in and sewing the bustier pieces together. I had to sew the white denim pieces together and then the floral pieces together, and then matching everything up to make sure that it was all placed correctly, right sides together. I actually really enjoy sewing bustiers. I love the way they look. I love the versatility of them. I love the fact that you can wear them under a shirt. You can wear them over a shirt. You can wear them over a jacket. You could wear them with jeans. You could wear them with skirts. I just feel like it is the ultimate clothing item that is going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. So yeah, especially when it comes to spring and summer, I just think a bustier is just great. All right, so as you can see, I started to insert or attach boning to the corset. Now, boning is a material that you use. It usually comes on a roll, and you use this in anytime you're trying to get something to stand up and stay up. Without boning, could this corset stay up? Sure. But would I have to work 10 times harder? And would it not have the structure? Exactly. So if you want a piece that's going to have some good structure, it's going to stand up on its own, you're not going to have to be fiddling around with it, you definitely want to use boning. If you're not sure what boning is, have no fear. I have a video that I'm going to do where I'm going to talk about all the different types of boning that I use and why I use it. It just depends on the project. It depends on how much time I have. It depends on the type of fabric and what I want it to look like at the end. So all these things have to be taken into consideration before you insert the boning. Now, I took a chance here with this black boning because I was not sure if it was going to show through. But this was the quickest and easiest way that I could get it done. This is like more of a mesh type boning, so you can sew right on top of it. So I put boning on the floral side, Connected the white back, which was the lining, to the floral side, which is the front, and flipped it over and made sure that I turned in the points, because this bustier kind of goes up on the side to a little kind of an arch, and then it comes back down. So I had to do a little bit of work in here, making sure that that was going to lay down properly. I went back in, I pressed it, it laid nice and flat. But, you know, not all bustiers are created the same. They sometimes have different shapes. This particular one, the boning could go all the way up and over the bust. There are some other boning that is not going to go over the bust, but it is going to support the rest of the garment. It's just used in so many different instances. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys about it. So once I flipped it over, now I want to do an edge stitch. I recommend an edge stitch on most clothing, especially when you're attaching a lining, because this gives you a nice clean finish for one. It also keeps the other fabric from rolling over the top or around the top and interfering with the main color of your piece. So if you have a blue bustier or a blue top and your lining is white, because you could absolutely line a blue outfit in white, but you don't necessarily want the lining to be seen. Where the lining is stitched to the top, that's where you want to do an edge stitch always. All right, you guys, well, that is it. I hope this was helpful, and here we go with my try on. See you guys later. Bye.